Hey, how's it going? Welcome to the Be Positive, Stay Positive podcast. My name is Nat and I'm here for you. I am here for you to cheer you up and give you the keys to the door that will unlock your happiness. And today, the title of the show is Time Shift or Reality Check. A lot of people are talking about how things feel so differently now. Like there's a time shift. We've got into a parallel universe. Or, like the older you get, the faster your life seems to go by. Like days go by faster. And the closer you get to the other side of your life, the less time you feel like you have. Because when you're young, you got your whole life ahead of you, and it doesn't matter. But when you get older, things change. And now a lot of people are questioning, with all this UFO stuff in the news and all these conspiracy theories and all these things that could be true with UAPs, UFOs, all this good stuff. We don't know. I mean, we're a grain of sand in the universe, basically. This planet is. So we really have no clue what's out there. But when people start saying, okay, it feels like a time shift. I've heard people talk about December 2012. Is when everything changed, and there's also CERN with the proton accelerator, and that shifted us into an alternate universe. There's so many theories, and you know what? I don't debunk any of them because I don't know what's real. You don't know what actuality is. You know what our perception of reality is because we live in this three-dimensional world. We've come here as a consciousness to experience this three-dimensional world and be able to make these choices that we make and to live this life that we live and to experience something that you can't experience if you're not a physical being. Now we came here with physical beings with freedom of choice. That's why there's so many different people, so many different personalities, so many different realities. Now, I saw something today that really made me think, and that's kind of why I hopped on the mic tonight. Plus, I haven't done it for a while, and everybody that listens to the audio podcast is going, hey, what the hell, man? You're devoting all your time to YouTube Shorts. Where's my podcast? Well, here you go. But I saw something the other day. This girl was talking about let me break it down. We make 30,000 to 40,000 decisions every day. Right? You're always put in a situation where you have to make a choice. You have to make a decision. What do you want to eat? How do you want to act towards this person at work? Do you want to get up on time and be on time to work? Are you going to argue with your spouse or just let this one rest? Are you going to go cut the grass? Are you going to... There's a list of things. And that's just what you want to do. But all the input that comes in all day long, you have to make a decision. And they say it's about 30 to 40,000 decisions we make every day. Okay, so when I talk about the time shift or reality or alternate realities or alternate universes or all that stuff, I mean that we create those. And they say now I'm going to get out there for this show because I haven't done that for a while. I've been very down to earth, but I'm going out. Come with me. Follow me on this. As my buddy Jeff at work would say. Follow me on this, Nat. Follow me. So I'm trying. So if we make 30 to 40,000 decisions every day, each decision that we make determines the future from that point forward. Right? Okay. You follow me on that? So you make a decision. You have two choices. You make one. And that's the path that your physical life takes. When you have two choices, you take the one and you follow that path. Now you're going down that path, you're faced with another choice. That breaks off into two more branches, which choice you make. And that each one of those exit ramps, the only way I'm looking at it like highways, each one of those offshoots of your neural pathways, it sounds like I know what I'm talking about, doesn't it? Each one of those different decisions that you make is a different road, a different choice that you made for your life, which takes you down a different path, which creates a different reality for you. Right? So, when they say there's an alternate reality, there's absolutely 30,000 alternate realities. Whoa, dun dun dun. I need that That ding ding. What's that show that does that song? Dung dung. Can't think of Law and Order. That's it. That's what I needed right there. But I don't do stuff after the fact. I don't edit. I don't cut out the airtime. I don't cut out the mess ups. And if you caught one of my podcasts from a few weeks ago, I dropped a major F-bomb and just really screwed up the show and forgot to edit it out. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to leave that there. So if you think about it, let me get back to my point here. Let's just go with 30,000 decisions you make every day. Most of them are unconscious. They just happen. They're just, okay, I got to do this. The light turns green. I got to hit my gas. I got to go. But you actually make the decision to push your foot down on the pedal and go forward. You make the decision to look in your rearview mirror when you back up. You make your decision to not slap somebody in the face at work that does something stupid. It's probably not a good analogy. But they're all decisions that we make. And so the fact that each decision creates a new reality for you brings up the question that I'm sure you're going to be like, okay. Brings up the question with, what about the decisions that you didn't make, the paths you didn't take, that you'll never know the outcome of those, right? Let's say anything. You get your job, you've been at your job forever, you have a dream you want to pursue, you want to just quit your job and follow your dream. But reality says you can't do that because of your responsibilities. So you keep working and you're happy, but the choice that you didn't make, you can't think about what would have happened. I never do that. I never think about it. I make my choice. I'm like, okay, this is my choice. And if I ever think about what would have happened if I made a different choice, I stop myself because that's just torture. Don't do it. Don't make yourself crazy. The choices we make, there's 30,000. That's enough to keep you busy for the whole day. Trust me. But when you actually think about the ones that we didn't make, are those realities still in existence, or is the reality that you chose the only reality that you know? I mean, and it just gets... I'm not going to get too far out there because that was pretty far, but is it a time shift that makes us feel like things are going faster, or just something is off, or what seems obvious to you isn't obvious to anyone else? And what people think is important, some people think is important, you think is irrelevant because you're thinking about your consciousness, your existence, your not legacy, that's the wrong word to use, but the fact that we're here and experiencing this. And when I say that we chose this, and people bit my head off on YouTube, a couple people commented saying we didn't choose to come here, the Lord chose us, God created us in his eyes, and that's the way it is. And that's fine. Somebody created us. We came from something. And whatever you believe it is true. And I honestly believe that. I don't think that there is one fact about our existence, about us coming into this physical being. I think every person and every religion and every idea and concept that is real to a person about their creator or their creation or their place in this universe, I think they're all true. All right, now, here we go again. Follow me on this. You create your reality. If you want to change your reality, you got to change your personality. You got to change who you are. You can't, like Einstein said, insanity is doing the same thing over and over and hoping for a different outcome. So if you want to change your life, you change it. But it's your choice. Everything is in your life is a choice, whether you admit it or not. Oh, I have to do this to pay the bills. Well, you have the bills because you made a choice. So don't pass the buck. Accept the fact that you are the creator of everything that happens in your life, and you are in control of how you respond and react to everything that appears in your life. And each decision that you make, conscious or unconscious, subconscious decisions, all of them, and I think this is true. All of them are right for you because before you even came here, your being is an easy way to describe it. Had a plan and decided who you're going to be and what you're going to deal with and how your life was going to be. Now, whether you were influenced by a higher power, whether you're influenced by God, whether you're influenced by the eternal energy, the total consciousness of the universe, whatever you believe, listen to me, is true. It doesn't matter if I agree with your beliefs at all. It doesn't matter if society doesn't agree with your beliefs. None of that shit matters. Because in the end, it's you and the Creator. That's it. Your spouse, your kids, your family, your peers, your boss, your mailman. None of them are going to matter in the end when you move past this meat suit, as I like to call it. Because it is a meat suit. We're just riding in it and experiencing everything we can. And some people abuse it. Sometimes I abuse mine on the weekend. But it's okay. It's okay if you do that once in a while. But when you start to once you accept responsibility for your life and believe that where you are in your life is because of the decisions you have made, and you accept that fully, not with blame, not with shame, not with anything that's going to mess you up. If you just accept that fully, it's liberating. I'm telling you what, it is so liberating when you actually say, you know what? Yes, I screwed this up. I made this mistake. Whatever it is. And own it. And that takes all the power out of it. That takes all the hold that it has on you. Anything bad that you've done in your life, or it doesn't matter what it is. When you own it and say, that's who I am fine with that, and I will answer to the superior being, the infinite intelligence, when the time comes. But I accept it. I own it. I made the choices, and the choices that I made in a certain time in my life were the right choices for me at that time, because of those choices, I'm where I am today. And today, I'm the happiest that I've ever been in my entire life. And it's because I choose it. I created it with my thoughts. I didn't let the negative stuff mess with me. I didn't put a lot of weight on other people's opinions of me because, like I said, in the end, their opinions will not matter because it's just you and your consciousness. And you, even if you're very religious, your life review when you go before God in the pearly gates, it's you. Nobody else is there. So no matter what you think about your creator, who you believe in as the creator, that's irrelevant. The fact is, every religion says you will face your creator in the end, in the afterlife. Just you. It didn't say you and your family and your homeboys and your posse and all that stuff. No, we're all going to hang out. We're going to kick back with God and have a good old time. No, it didn't say that. It's just you. So then who should you answer for, and who should you try to please while you're here? Same answer. You. and it's going to make some people mad at you because they don't have the desire to be unique, to be themselves, to be true to themselves, and to accept their responsibility for their actions. And And they will talk crap about you because they're jealous that they don't have the willpower or the strength or the spiritualness to get to that point. So they're going to talk crap about you. Or the people that just don't want to believe anything but what they believe and everything else is wrong. That is also bad. And they're also going to put you down and make you feel like, what are you, crazy? Hey, man, I ate crazy for breakfast. So be who you are. And, you know, your reality check is, are you happy with your reality? With that you've created? And if you're not, start picking out the little things that you don't like about it. And find that way to change it. Because only you can decide how to change it. People can tell you, oh, you know what, you should do this. So you don't do this, or you can you can go with this, or you can go with that. No, sorry, flashback to a Christopher Walken video I saw a long time ago. But anyway, I digress. If you like what you're hearing on this podcast, I really appreciate to share and like and go to YouTube and watch videos, watch the shorts, and comment on them. I'm always hitting you back in the comments, and like and subscribe and all that good stuff. And check out, don't forget about the new merch. No one's gotten the new merch yet. I'm the only one wearing the shirt. Maybe I'm not. I hope the page is live. Maybe it's not live. I'll check it tonight. Look at the merch tab for the new Be Positive stuff, and grab yourself a shirt or a hoodie or something like that. Summertime, so a t-shirt would be good. And don't forget about my books, The Positive Perspective and Awaken Your Positivity, available on my website, bepositivepodcast.com, or at amazon.com. Search for either one of those titles, or you can search for the Be Positive Podcast. You'll find it. Last but not least is the text line, where I talk to a lot of you, and most of you are surprised when I get right back to you within the hour. Even it's like I've gotten some 3 o'clock in the morning texts, and I'm right back to like, holy crap, you're awake? I'm like, yeah, I am. So hit me up on the text line, 304-506-3332. I want to hear from you. And if you're a longtime listener, I want to hear your progress, and I want to know where you're at in the country, in the world, because I get people all over the world listening to the show, and I want to know where you're from. You know what? Let's do this. If you're listening and you got a phone, text me at 304-506-3332, your name and where you're listening, what part of the world. And the next show, everybody's getting a shout out. Whoever texts the line, you're all getting a shout out on the show. All right? Let's do that. So that's it. I'm out of words. Finally, you're probably saying. My name is Nat. This has been the Be Positive, Stay Positive podcast. I think we can all do a little bit better. I'll talk to you later.